So that brings an end to day 3 of the 2025 IBA World Championships. I'm joined by commentators Ronald McIntosh and Andy Clark here to recap the action. Now, Andy, you were commentating in this ring here. We had 3 British boxers box today, differing results. Just tell us about it.
Yeah, they were. So we had 2 defeats and 1 win. The win coming from Alan Perry, who put on a good performance. He won the first couple of rounds, kept it long behind the jab. Nice 1-2, good discipline. You could hear the corner in between rounds really clearly, and they were just saying to him, listen, we can make this easy for ourselves. And he did that in the first couple of rounds. His opponent from Papua New Guinea, they were expecting that he would really bring it, try and get on the inside and throw a lot of hooks and uppercuts. It didn't really happen. He seemed a little bit subdued, but you've got to give Perry the credit for that. Then in the final round, where the opponent really needed a knockout, he hit him with a right hand, got the standing count, and it was a solid shot. And then he chased it after that, and he needed 10-8s. And it wasn't impossible at that point that if he closed it out strong, he could have got 10-8s, and then things could have got very interesting on the cards. But he dropped the round, I think, with 4 out of the 5 judges, 10-9. So he held on and he got the win, and he did deserve the win. Nick Devlin, another Scottish fighter, he was in against a Macedonian guy who was a real mover, in great shape, really strong across the chest, used the outside of the ring, popped in a lot of singles and the odd flashy combination from distance, but with a decent bit of snap. And he just couldn't quite track him down. At the final minute of the first round, he was getting closer, and I thought he was looking good and doing well. He didn't win that first round, though. And then if you lose the first round against someone like that, it's a problem because you have to chase them then, and that's what they want you to do. And he just couldn't quite get close enough to him all night. And the other one was Mehdi Sahak, who was up against Ubaidov, who is a good fighter, strong fighter. You know, he's won medals in major competitions, so that was always going to be a big ask. Tight in the first round, he looked nice and sharp, maybe a bit too sharp, if anything. I think he used up quite a lot of energy. The second round, Ubaidov, who's an intelligent front foot pressure fighter, got to him. A couple of standing counts, I think, in that second round. He was in trouble towards the end.
Yeah, he got caught with a big lead check hook, and he was probably lucky to make it through. The bell went just as the count finished.
Yeah,
so he got through to the
exactly.
final round.
Got through to the final round, and then another standing count, and the ref correctly just waved it over. So nothing to reproach himself for there. In the 2 defeats, same for both of them. Nothing to be particularly regretful about, I don't think. They were in against 2 good operators, but Perry goes through.
Yeah, so Britain's hopes rely on Perry. Now, Ronald, we were obviously spending a lot of time in this ring here because of the Brits, so we missed the action a lot in your ring. Any standout performers for us?
Some terrific displays over in Ring B. We had some real quality, all manner of performances, but Sabirkhan Akalikov. Andy and I in Kielce in Poland 4 years ago commentated at a tournament behind closed doors, the World Youth Championships, and Sabirkhan Akalikov at that time was built like a broom handle. He boxed his way to gold, winning 6 contests out of 6 at 64 kilograms. Now he's filled out a little bit. He's up at a higher weight class at 75 kilograms middleweight. He, operating principally as a southpaw, but he is an adept switch hitter, fought Joshua Cousins, who Andy had marked my card about, because he scored a stoppage in 30 seconds in this ring, in Ring A, on the open dev competition in the round of 64. But Akalikov, so patient and poised now as a senior boxer, just working him behind his southpaw right jab, and then he scored with a left cross to the body, and Cousins turned away, physically turned away, put his elbow to his wrist and took an 8 count. That was processed by Akalikov, and he targeted the body thereafter really accurately, brought the hands down, and then when he backed him over to a corner, left cross, right hook out of the southpaw stance, and it was a devastating knockout. Thankfully, Joshua Cousins is okay, but a terrific finish from a man who will have designs on going all the way through to the podium at this senior championships. Then we also had a cracking performance between 2 Olympians, because David De Pina from Cabo Verde, he was the flag bearer for Cabo Verde last year. He's got a really characteristic hairstyle. He puts his hair into bunches. And he was the flag bearer for Cabo Verde at the Olympic Games, and he made history in Paris by becoming the first Olympic medalist when he boxed his way to bronze. And it took the iconic figure of Hassan Boyduzmatov to deny him a place in the gold medal bout. Here he was facing off against a fellow Olympian in the form of Ganadine Gankayag from Mongolia, who was an Olympian in 2016, 2-time medalist in the Asian Continental Championships. And the performance that David De Pina produced against an operator of that quality, it was simply sensational. It looked like you were watching a cinematic flick, like a Rocky movie, and you're watching a pocket version of Apollo Creed. The man was up on his toes, darting around the ring. At 1 minute he turned southpaw. Terrific performance of not running, but sticking and moving. And the man was just filled with energy. He had a vocal support group up in the crowd, and they really made their presence felt. Sensational display from David de Pina to open his account here at Dubai 2025. So some quality moments throughout, real quality in different weight classes, and yeah, really competitive.
And we're starting to get into the business end of the tournament, and everything continues for day 4 here tomorrow.